Hi everyone, welcome to this channel. In this session, you will talk about the Python programming basics. Under Python programming basics, you have a keywords. You will discuss about the keywords. Here, what is an exactly keyword? Here, the Python programming basis, and that means our agenda is tokens. And under the tokens, you have a keywords, identifiers, literals, and then special symbols are there, and then the operators, and then next you will discuss about the data types, expressions, and then type conversion, handling the input output in Python. The first concept here, how can you, what is a token? The token is a, how can you represent the token? A smallest unit of program. The smallest unit of program, you call it as a token. Here there are the following tokens are there. You have a different tokens available. The right side diagram shows the different kinds of tokens. Here keywords. That means the keywords defined by the, not a programmer, that's defined by the administrator, are some of the special words. Those are all called as a keywords. Another one is a identifiers. Identifiers are name of the variables, name of the classes. Those are all called as a identifier. And then literals, operators, different operators available. The first you will talk about the keywords. The keywords, how can you represent the keywords? The keywords are the language, that means the reserved words. Reserved word cannot be used ordinary identifiers or variables. That means you cannot use as a variables. For example, if is a, you cannot use the if as a variable or identifier. And then for example, while, for, and then true, false. These are all different keywords. These are all reserved words of the language. That means you cannot use these words for the as a variables. That means these are framed for the some special purposes. Those are all called as a keywords. You have a different keywords available. Here false is a one type of keyword, await, else, and then import, pass, none, break, except. In Python you have a these number of keywords available, and then true, class, finally, is, written. Like that you have a different keywords available. That means these are all not, for example, for is a keyword. You cannot use for as a variable name. That means that is a restriction for representing the variable name. These are all keywords. And then you will talk about the some of the keywords, not all keywords. You will talk about some of the keywords. What is this keyword? How can you represent this keyword? You will know about the all information. For example, the first important thing here is a false. False is a keyword. Here how can you represent the, what is a false statement? For example, it is a, the representation. How can you represent the false statement? It represents a boolean false, a true or false. For example, if you go to the programming part, yeah, if you go to the programming part, I want to represent the programming. For example, 2 greater than 3, it is a true or false. 2 greater than 3, always false statement. Here that represents the false value. Here the result indicates the false value. Similarly, if it comes to the true, true, how can you represent the true value? The true, for example, true. If the statement is true, the true statement, how can you represent? For example, reverse, 3 greater than 2. Yes, it is a true statement. Here, in this way, you will use the another statements. That means different true and false statement. The next comes to the another keyword. Here another keyword in this case, here is a none. None in the sense null value. Null means unpredictable value, unknown value. You cannot predict that particular value. Here it is a void. Sometimes you require to use the none. Here it's not a zero, it's not a infinite. That means it's a not a zero value. That's called here none. Coming to the and are. What is an and? Logical operators. And are the logical operators. How can you represent the and value here? For example, if you take two expressions, or you take the two expression, for example, same expression I am taking, I'm using the and value 2 greater than 3 and 3 greater than 2, let us issue. It's a false statement. Why? Because uh, how can you represent this particular and indicates, for example, there is a, for example, let us take a simple table and for representing the and value. Here the x true, y true, then only and true. For example, and take the and value. For example, x, y. I am taking the x and y. X true, y true. Then particular cases, the x in the sense a simple expression. This is a x. This is a y, a simple expression. X true and then y true. Then only the and statement true. The remaining cases, the x false. For example, 2 greater than 3. 2 greater than 3 is a false statement. At least one false. 3 greater than 2. It is a true statement. True and false. False and true is called as a false. Both statements true, then only it indicates the false statement. That is a representation of and. That means remaining cases. For example, false true statement. False true statement indicates the false. That is a and statement here. That means how can you represent that value here? By using program. Here the x and, for example, I am going to take the two statement. What are the two statement? Both, you have both expressions or both variables are true, then only the expression will result true. For example, let us assume, okay, same example, 2 less than 3 and 3 greater than 2. Both are true. That's why it results the false. Similarly, you will take the or statement. Here or also a boolean statement. That means it results the true or false statement. For the same example, you will take the or. For example, 2 greater than 3 or 3 greater than 2. That means at least true. That's for example, at least one true. Here, how can you represent that value? For example, in this case, see the case here. See the case. It is a false statement. It is a true statement. The result is a true. But in this case, even though it is a false statement, here, how can you represent the R value? For R representation, at least to one true. For example, x is an expression, y is a another expression. Let us assume y is an another expression. And then what is a r value? The particular r value indicates that both expressions are false. If this x expression false, y expression false, then only false. The remaining cases all are the true. The remaining case are all the true. For example, I'm going to get the false expression. Here, what is the false expression in this case? For example, both expressions are false. Here, the first expression, 10 less than 5. 10 less than 5 are, and then 55 greater than 85. In both expressions false, that indicates the false statement. Here in this case, the both expressions, see here, this one is a false statement, this one is a false statement. The result gives the false statement. That is a r expression. And then coming to the next important keyword here, the next important keyword, asset. Asset, what is an asset here? The asset is a debugging tool. Here just like a try catch, providing some information, the debugging, the at the time of running a result information. For debugging purposes you are using the assert tool. For example, you will see the result. How can you get that one? Yeah, for the assert is a debugging tool. Here, how can you debugging that value here? That means, for example, I am taking the, for doing this one, it's a multiple statement. That means previously I explained about the multiple statement. You will take the separate file. The separate file, you will take the separate file, save that file as a, for example, I'm saving that file. Okay, let us assume the file name, here, for example, UMA4, let us assume file name. Here, for example, x is a one variable. I'm taking the x, for example, x is one variable. I'm taking the, let us assume 38 x value. And then next important one, y is another variable. Let us take y equal to 0. That means it gives the division value divisible by 0. Any value divisible by 0 that indicates the unpredictable value. For example, uh, print, let us assume the print value I'm taking here, the print, the x divides the y. For example, x divides y. Let us assume x divides y. And then here in this case, I'm taking the assert. How can you assert? Here, this particular assert value, I'm taking y is not equal to, see here, y is not equal to 0. Y is not equal to 0. Then particular case is print the value. If it is y not equal to 0, print the value here is a x divided by y. X divided by y. Save this one. Yeah, run this program. How can you get the result here? See the result. Yeah, see the result. X divides y. In this case, there is a problem existed. Here, what is the problem here? That means it traces the error. The error here is a assertion error. Assert y this value. Here, take this one. X equal to 38, y equal to 0. Print the x divides y. Assert, the assert arises a some debug information. For example, I'm taking the y value is a 2, let us assume. Here, see the result. In this case, in particular case, you will see the result value. Save this program, save this one, and then I want to see the result. Yes, see the result in this case. See, this is a result. X divides y. The division value is a this one. If when it arises the error, if it is a division by 0, then only it arises the error. Here, see the error. Yes, this is a error here. That means this is a debugging tool that indicates the assert. Next comes to the another keyword. What is another keyword in this case? The another keyword diff. What is a diff? Diff is used to declaring the function. Here, how can you represent the function? The programming part, the functions and modules are very important here. Here, the modular programming, if you want to use the function, very important concept. Function is a block of statements. Here, how can you use the function? By taking some example. Here, how can you use the function? Let us take a simple example. Here, I am taking a simple example for the function. What is a simple example? Let us take sum of two numbers. I am taking simple example is a sum of two number. For example, define. the define, for example, I'm taking the sum value, sum of two numbers. I'm going to calculating the sum of two numbers. X is a one value, y is a one value. I'm taking two different value, and then okay, I'm taking the multiple statement. That's why take the this one. Okay, I'm taking the multiple statement. Okay, the sum value I'm going to take in that value. Okay, define, that means by using define you can define the functions. Here I'm taking the name of the function. Here is a x comma y colon, x comma y colon, and then for example z, I'm taking the z equal to, the z equal to x plus y. Let a simple example, x plus y, and then print that value. I'm going to printing that value as a print of z. This is a simple sum function. How can you execute this function? First execute this function, after that you will call the function. Yes, at the function executed, I'm going to calling the invalid syntax. Yes, what is that one? Yeah, see this one, some value, nothing was wrong here. Okay, see the result. Okay, execute this one first, execute this one. Yeah, nothing was wrong. Yeah, take the sum of 20 comma 10. Let us assume sum of 20 comma 10. The value in this case, how can you get the value? 30. That means in this way. Yeah, go to next one. The class, you will discuss clearly about the class, the representation of class. How can you represent, what is a class? The instance, that means the object indicates the instance of a class, the collection of objects. In particular cases, in the object oriented programming, class consists of attributes as well as the functions. Here the special information regarding the Python class, you will discuss later about the all information regarding the Python class. Coming to the next important one, continue statement. Here, what is a continue statement? To stop the execution of the current iteration. Here, for example, I'm going to sum of the 10 numbers. Let us assume I'm going to print the sum of the 10 numbers. At the time, I need only 5 numbers. At the particular time, here you will use the break statement and then continue statement. Here the execution, the particular execution, it will stop. Here how can you execute that information? Okay, let us take a simple example. For this one, this one also a multiple lines of code. This indicates the multiple lines of code. That's why I am taking the this one. Here I am taking the editor. Okay, how can you represent for the, let us assume, for example, x equal to 0, x equal to 0, and then while x less than 10, while x less than 10, that means the iteration loop iterated up to what? X less than 10. If x greater than 10, then terminate the loop. And then the incrementing the x value, I'm going to incrementing the particular x value, x equal to x plus 1, x equal to x plus 1. That I'm taking the condition here. If the condition here is a x percentage, x percentage 2, x percentage 2 equal to 0, x percentage 2 equal to 0, then continue, continue, and then print I value, or print the particular x value, print x, print x. Here this is a simple program. Here what is the program? Here see the result. Save this program. That means continue statement. How can you apply the continue statement? Invalid Yes, here you required colon. Yes, continue. Yeah, see the result here. Here the indicates that print x value. Here it gives an error in the sense it is intended block. You required intended block for this one. Okay, that's why save this one. Yeah, see here the what is the result in this case? If there is a condition, see the result. What is the condition here? X mod 2 equal to 0. If x mod 2 equal to 0, continue to the next block. Equal to 0, for example, x equal to 0, x equal to 1, x equal to 1, the x value, the result 1, 2, 3. How can you get that one? Here by taking example. Yeah, see the result in this case. Yeah, see the result in this case. For example, x in presently x value 0. The present case x value 0, x less than 10, it's a true statement. X less than 10, true statement. X equal to x plus 1. The x value, the current x value in this case 1. The current x value in this case here is a 1. 1 is the current x value. If x percentage 2 equal to 0, x percentage 2 equal to 1, percentage 2 equal to 0, not false. If it is a true continue, then it prints the value 1. Next, go to while statement. The while statement, now x value 1, the 1 value less than 2, x equal to 2. Now in this case, the second case here is a x equal to 2, and then 2 percentage 2 equal to 0, 2 percentage equal to 0. That indicates the true statement. That indicates the true statement, then continue. That means it will not print the 2 value. It will not print the 2 value. Why? Because the continue statement is there. Continue to the next iteration. The continue to the next iteration. If you use the break statement in this case, break out from there and then print the result. See here, the next important one, x value. The x value in this case 2 less than 10. Here increasing the x value 3, increasing x value 3, and then x percentage 3, not a false statement. That's why print the 3, and then again loop iteration up to loop iterated up to 10. If it is x 10 less than 10, false statement, come out from the loop. In this way, that means I think it is clear for you. How can you repeating the loop statement? The first x value, that means if the statement true, it will not go to the next statement, it will continue to the next iteration. If it is a false statement, print the the continue. If it is a false statement, then only it prints the value. That means finally the result 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 only. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. That is a result. See the result here. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. That is a continue statement. The next important statement in this case, break statement. Just like a break is a stop the execution, a particular time stopping. For example, what is, I can tell you what is the difference between stop and for example, buses are there. For example, Hyderabad to Vijayawada, you have a so many different stops are there. The termination starting position is a Hyderabad, the termination position is a Vijayawada. Before that there is a Warangal is a stop. That means stoppages. The stoppages indicate the Warangal, and then Nalgonda, like the different places are there. These are all called it as a continuous statement. The break statement, in the sense, the Vijayawada is the break statement. Here, the break statement used to terminate the loop of the execution. Terminate the loop of the execution. The same example, how can you apply the loop statement? Here comes to this one, the termination. Instead of For example, previously I used the, for that one, the continue. The continue, what are the result for the continue? 1 2 1 3 5, and then 7 9, the results, the continue statement. How can you get the break statement results? What is the break? Write the break statement instead of continue. Break statement, see the result. See the result for the break statement 1, and then stop pages. See the result. Only you will get the value 1 for the break statement. Oh, what is the necessity here? See here. Yeah. The continuous state, that means x equal to 0. Yes, x equal to 0, and then x less than 0 less than 10. Yes, true. First, initially I am taking the x value 0. 0, let us assume initially x value 0, x equal to x plus 1. That means x value increase it to 1. X value increase it to 1. 1 percentage 2 equal to 0. Equal to 0, it's not equal to 0, false statement. That means false statement in the sense it's not executing the break statement, and then simply print the 1 value. The next, x equal to 1 less than 10, x equal to x plus 1. That means x value increased to 2. In particular cases, x module 2, x equal to 2, then break. Then break statement, the result here, the break in the sense stop. After that it will stop, it's not print the 2 value, stop, and then come out from the loop. Come out from the loop, that is a break statement. If you want to see, I want to um, write some information. For example, if x equal to 5 only, if you get the x equal to 5, break. That means what is the result for this one? 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3. See the result, 1 2 3. Then only you will apply the break statement. After that, x equal to 5. Yes, x equal to 5. Then come out from the loop. Here, how can you get the, that is a information regarding the, that means first initially x value 1, incrementing 2, incrementing 3, and incrementing 4, incrementing 5. When you comes to the 5 true statement, then the break will execute. The break will execute, terminate the loop. Here, the terminating the loop, that is a break statement. The next important keyword, that means you will discuss in this way so many keywords available. The if statement, how can you represent the if statement? Yeah, if statement comes to the if statement. What is an if statement here? It is the conditional statement. If a is greater than, the simple thing here is a, if Rama is a boy, or if Rama earn 10,000, then he is eligible to, or Rama, if Rama earn 30,000, then he should pay the tax. Like that, there is a different conditions are there. If you want to know more information about the Python basics, see the website, the tutorial, the blogspot. See the blogspot. That means I framed the blogspot here. The blogspot Python. See the tutorial link. Python uma.blogspot.com. Here I framed the, that means the in the agenda of the current information. Here, what are the different tokens available, the keywords, and then these are all different tokens. And then the first token, that means now you are discussing about the token, very important, useful for you. That means each and every student will better understanding about the keywords by using this blogspot, Python uma blogspot.com. And then here, these are all different keywords available in a Python. And then already discussed what is a false statement. and then what is the related information. What is the if statement? The if statement, how can you represent the if statement? Else statement. Here for example, if statement, what is an if statement? If is a conditional statement. If condition is true, it will execute the set of statement or block of statement. If condition is false, it will execute the block of statement. Here for example, I'm taking the same example, even number. If I am going to get the, if the percentage, the number percentage equal to 0, the number percentage equal to 0, then it is a even number. For example, see the, for this one, execute that one. How can you execute this statement? For example, I am taking the number. See here, for example, let us take a simple number. Instead of even, you may take the, if you have the confusion, number. You take the number percentage 2. That means the number modulus, the number modulus 2 equal to 0. Equal to 0 means it is a, for example, you will take the 20 is a number. Let us assume, let us assume 20 is the number. The 20 modulus of 2, 20 modulus of 2, what is the remainder value? The 20 tens are, uh, 2 tens are 20, the remainder 0. The remainder 0 indicates equal to 0 condition, then even number. The 20 is a even number. Here see the result. See the result here. The 20 is a even number. Yeah, that it will indicates the even number. That means in this way you will use the if statement. Here the next important statement in this case, uh, else statement. If else statement, what is the else statement here? The else statement returns the false statement. It is a, it returns a false statement. Here it is used with the if statement. Here for example, you take the even or odd numbers. Here the, if you want to print the even or odd number related information, you, let us take a simple example. Yes, it's same. For example, number is a even. For example, 20 number is an even. Next thing here, print even. Else else print. The else statement is a block statement. Here see the result. Print odd number. Odd number. See here, execute this one. Yes, even number. Why? Because 20 is even. I want to change the even number to odd number 21. Let us assume here 21. Which type of number it is? See the result. The 20 is an even number. 21 is an odd number. The 21 in this case is the odd number. In this way, you will perform the if statement. Next type of keyword. Next, what is the next keyword? The else if. See the if, that means if you want to check the multiple conditions, the multiple condition, checking the multiple condition is done by the else if statement, not a single statement. Here, for example, I want to calculate, I want to display the whether is a particular person is a professor or associate professor, and then ordinary person, for example assistant professor. For that one, I'm taking the, let us assume a simple example. uh, if you want to see more information about this one, come to the our blogspot. Here if you comes to the blogspot, else is a multiple condition. Here for that one, I'm taking the simple example. I'm taking the salary as an input. Here the salary as an input. Here let us take, how can you execute this one? Well, otherwise you will type that one, no problem. It takes so much of time, that's why I'm taking simply copy and paste. Let us take simple example. Here, what is the simple example? Salary. I am taking the input. Salary input. Salary integer value. Salary is an integer input I am taking. That means dynamic allocation of variables. The dynamic allocation of variables. Enter the input. By using input here, you will allocate the variable as a dynamically. Enter the salary. The salary I'm going to entering. And then if salary greater than 9,000, 90,000, salary greater than 90,000, then print a particular person is a professor. That means the professor having the more salary compared to the associate professor. Else if, that means in particular cases you are using else if salary less than 9,000 and salary greater than 75,000, then is a assistant associate professor. Else if, and again else if the salary less than 75% and the salary greater than 50,000, 50,000, 75 and in between 75 and 50 is a assistant professor. Else in a particular cases is a teaching assistant. For doing that one, by using else if statement, execute this block of statements. Execute this block of statement. Yes, the result appears like this. Yes, dynamically entering the salary. I'm going to enter in the salary as a, let us assume 95,000. The 95,000 indicates the professor. The 95,000 indicates the professor. Let us assume another way. Execute that one. Execute this program. Yes, the salary, enter the salary. I'm taking the 20,000 only. The 20,000, oh, who is the 20,000? Teaching assistant. Here, the 20,000 indicates the teaching assistant. In this way, you will apply the else if. The next important one, del statement. Here, what is the delete statement here? The delete statement reference of the object is deleted by the del statement. The deleted object no longer executed. Here, the no longer executed. That's called here deleted statement. For example, simple example. Let me take a simple example for the completion of this task. This one. A simple example. I'm taking the simple example. Let us take for deletion. For example, Rama. Rama, for example, Rama earnings. For example, Rama earnings 50,000. And then let us assume Krishna. Krishna earnings are six. Let us assume 60,000. I'm going to deleting the Rama. Deleting the Rama. That means the reference object deleted by this delete statement. Rama. Deleting the Rama. Then when I'm trying to print the Rama, print Rama, and then print Krishna. Let us assume print Rama and print Krishna. How can you execute this delete statement? When I'm trying to print this one, it will give the error like this. Trace the error. That means the object Rama not existed, no longer defined. Here the name Rama is not defined in this case. That means that indicates the name error. When I'm trying to deleting that one, that gives the value. I'm going to printing. That means first I printed the Rama, after that Krishna. I'm going to changing this content. First I am printing the Krishna, after that printing the Rama. What happened? See the result. See the result. What happened? So if you see the result here, first it will print the 60,000. That means the corresponding value 60,000 Krishna earnings, and then when you comes to the Rama, it gives the result. But in this case, first trace the error, the name, the error name here, name error. That means Rama not defined. That means it cannot print the Krishna value. But here print the Krishna value. When you are trying to print the Krishna first, here in this way you will get the delete statement. The delete statement always uh, delete the reference object. It can delete the reference object. I think everyone knows about the first statement. What is the first statement? The next important one here is a for statement. How can you execute this for statement here? It is a loop statement used to iterate over the sequences. Here the sequences may be different sequences are there. We will discuss later about the sequence related information. The list is a sequence, tuple is a sequence, dictionary is a sequence. Like that you have a different sequence related information. The first statement, that means iterating the first statement. Here for example, let us take a simple example for iterating the first statement. How can you iterating the first statement? Let us take a simple example I am taking. What is a simple example? Let us take a is a variable. For the a value I am taking the uh, uh, list. I'm taking the list. How can you take the list here? I'm taking the list as a, for example, same Rama. Another one is a Krishna, Rama, Krishna. Another one here is a, let us assume Shiva. Uh, I'm taking the list consists of simply three elements. Three elements list. How can you iterate the first statement? Here, if you want to see more information about this one, see the block. Come to the block here. The delete statement. I explained that first statement also here. The first statement, for example, Rama. See here, first statement. Yeah, Rama, Krishna, and then this one. Let us assume remove this one. For I equal I in A and then print I. When I am trying to print I, see the result. Yeah, Rama. The result are Rama, Krishna, Rama, Krishna, and then Shiva. Rama, Krishna, Shiva. These are all result for this one. Rama, Krishna, Shiva. I think is it clear for you about the for that means you will discuss later in a loop statement clearly about the this for loop, and then you will discuss about the while loop, and then different loop conditions. For and while are the important loops in a Python programming. In similar case, when you're trying to while statement, how can you represent the while statement? Set of statements are executed until the condition returns false. That means if condition returns false, the block of statements not executed. If condition is true, the set of statements are executed. That's called here simple information. For example, how can you apply the while statement? A equal to 0. Yeah, if you want to see the result, execute this one. No problem. This is a first statement. While statement a equal to 0, a less than 10. Print a equal to a plus 1. Here, when I'm trying to see the result, yes, the result are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 9. When a equal to this particular 10, that come out from the loop. That is a simple information about the this while statement. Another block of statement in this case, see the try catch. Try and then accept function. What is a try and accept function? That means um, it is a runtime error. The runtime error indicates that it is a exceptions. The exception is a runtime error. You have in the C programming, you will discuss about the compile time error as well as the runtime errors. Here the runtime error at the time of execution, you will have the certain kinds of errors. Let us assume divisible by 0 is a one type of error, and then some other cases. These are all called as a runtime error. When I'm tracing the runtime error, you will use a try block and catch block. And then, for example, let us execute this one. See here, divisible by 0. It is a divisible by 0 error. Here, how can you get the divisible by 0 error? See the execution result. See here, execute this one. When I'm trying to run this one, I can type no problem, but it takes a more time. I'm going to completing this one here. See the result, divisible by 0. Divisible by 0 is result. That means when I'm trying, that means this is the way you will apply the try and catch, try and accept keywords. These are the different keywords. Not only these keywords, you have a so many different keywords available here. When I'm trying to another type of keywords, lambda is a one type of keyword, return is a one type of keyword. That means you will discuss about the lambda function used to developing the anonymous function. Anonymous function in the sense you cannot give any name to that particular function. Let us take a simple example for the anonymous function. Here, what is a simple example? Let us take, I'm going to trying to sum of two numbers. Okay, I'm going to trying to get the sum of two numbers. For that one, I'm taking the lambda function. Here, okay, for example, I'm taking the sum. Sum is a some variable lambda. Lambda is a keyword. For example, x comma y are the two values. X comma y are the two values, and then x plus y. Without giving the name, it will execute the some value. Here the print. When I'm trying to print that value, print sum of two comma, let us assume three. Without that means a simple one is enough. At the time you will take that one. Yeah, see the result. The sum value here is a 5. 2 comma 3, sum of 2 comma 3. That means if you want to see the same function in by using some def sum, already you discussed that concept. Def sum. Let us take a simple information. The same function represented. How can you represent the same function? Sum of x comma y, and then for that one I am taking the another value. um, Another value here is a another variable z. I should take the z value, z equal to um, x plus y, and then print value, and then if you want to print that value or return value, return statement, return z. This means this is a function. The same information represented in a single line, single anonymous function. That's called here anonymous function. The next important one, return value. Previously discussed that one. How can you return? It will return the result value or none. Yeah, same example. For the same example definition, some we are trying to returning the particular value. Here, these are the different keywords. The keywords are not limited here. You will have the so many keywords are available. That means these all are, that means not discussed all keywords. I discussed some of the keywords related to the Python programming. These are all are the different keywords for the Python program. Thank you.